Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, August 7th of 2022. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives to create a sustainable environment in a peaceful world. Today's topic is 4 keys to strengthen your divine connection, your connection with your deepest, innermost, universal self that is connected with the all that is, the breath of spirit within you, the divine reality that connects you to the all that is and the oneness with everything. And we've just finished up the section on spirituality from the upcoming book. The Answer is Love, Questions to Explore as we transition into an era of peace. And so today is our recap of that section, and we're going to talk about the 4 main points that we touched on in this section. So let's begin by coming into our circle. So let's come together in our circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. The name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. Together, let's call on our source and bring all of you to be face to face with your source. As you bring all of your senses to face toward the center of our circle, and bring your heart center, that funnel of energy at the front of your chest, bring that to face toward the center of our circle. And your belly space, this hara, this ball of energy at the front of your belly, bring that to face toward the center of the circle. And as we all meet in the center at the hub, again together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you, we ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. And just imagine, feel, perceive this pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle, streaming in. And just feel this presence of this pure divine light. And let it just fall gently on your skin. As it falls on your skin, feel the warmth, feel the radiance of this pure divine light. And allow it to penetrate your skin, through your pores, and let it travel all the way through. And let it move through your body's electrical system, your body's nervous system, cleansing and purifying and aligning all of your pathways, all of your energetic pathways, your energy body. Let all of this be aligned, cleansed, purified. Just let this light move through and let it move all the way into your core. Let this move into your brain and spinal column, in your brain and central nervous system, and just illuminating, purifying, cleansing all of these pathways. And allow all of this to be cleansed. And when we're cleansing the nervous system has a tendency to hold on to reactions from the past, and it will hold on to patterning. It will hold on to the patterning of responses that it's had to things in the past, and it will keep you on high alert for when you are ready for that next shoe to fall, right? So as this pure divine light travels through those pathways, Just let it cleanse those places and restore those pathways, the neurological pathways, to their original state, helping you to return to that state of newness, right? My teacher used to say, be like the child. Be like the child coming into this world as a blank slate, open to see and to experience what is to come, and taking each day not as something from the past that might recur, but as a new experience, something new that you might approach with awe and wonder and have an all new experience of, an all new learning from, an all new opportunity. Let that be cleansed and let that light move all the way through you. Just take it in, say yes to it, and allow it to come in. And again, meeting in the center of our circle, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your unconditional love, and just allow this pure unconditional love to stream into the center of our circle. And just imagine it like a gentle waterfall streaming into the center of the circle. And this waterfall is pure love, love with no conditions. And let your heart center, that funnel of energy at the front of your heart space, just let that face into the center of our circle and tip up slightly, and let this gentle waterfall stream in to that funnel and catch that unconditional love and let it flow right into the center of your heart. And use your breath to make this like a breathing portal and breathe that unconditional love into the center of your heart. Breathe it in, say yes to it, and breathe it into the center of your heart. And as you inhale, breathe it in. Let it flow right into your heart. And if you notice any of those places of constriction, the blocks and barriers around your heart, just notice them and let this love flow around these places in however it may want to flow. The poet Rumi says, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And we put these blocks and barriers over our heart and around our heart, and the constriction of the heart. It's like when that nervous system responds and that heart constricts. It's based on things that have happened in the past and fear of having them repeat in the future. So let your heart receive that unconditional love, because no matter what blocks and barriers you have put around love, no matter what conditions, these are from the humanity and from the ego self. And it doesn't matter, because unconditional means unconditional. So this love can come in and flow around those places and touch into the places behind them that are truly seeking love. and have felt cut off from love, behind the blocks and barriers, and yearning to return to love this whole time. Just let those places inside yourself receive that pure, unconditional love. And again, returning your focus to the center of our circle. Let's come together in the center of our circle. The name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your pure, eternal compassion. And this is that ocean of living consciousness, which is totally infused with the compassion. And we call on the pure compassion. The divine light is Ya Nur, the unconditional love, Ya Wadud, the eternal compassion, the compassion that extends beyond this time-space realm, that is eternal. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman. This is the ocean of living consciousness. It is the ocean we swim in, too near to see, though we swim in it and drink it in. It is the truth of our existence, our consciousness, pure compassion. So let your entire being rest into this ocean of eternal compassion. Let this ocean hold you, support you, surround you, nurture you, comfort you. Feel the total healing, love, acceptance. Allow yourself to be held and supported in this ocean of compassion. And breathe in this pure divine light. Breathe in this unconditional love and rest into and absorb this ocean of eternal compassion. Let your entire being be like a sponge, and let the sponge draw this into your body all the way into your core, to your entire being, every cell of every fiber of your being, from the outer to the innermost core, completely saturated in compassion, the eternal compassion, the unconditional love, the pure divine light, the eternal compassion. Continue to rest in that as we move through these 4 keys to strengthen your spiritual connection. The first key, as I mentioned at the beginning, is to be like the child. It's to allow yourself to be in a state of witnessing, in a state of inquiry, in a state of exploration, letting go of what you think you know, letting go of what has been in the past. And, this is, I get there are some things that may still be present in your life that you do need to set boundaries for and protect yourself with or from. And that's okay. Where we really get into trouble is when we think that we know because we've had some epiphany experience, and we think that we know, and we think that and we have been awakened to some knowledge. And when we think we know, and then we assume, and we stop exploring, and we shut down our inquiry, the message is, don't assume that you know completely anything. Because as long as we are in physical body, there is always more to know, always more to learn, always more to grow. So take a minute now and just let yourself be present in your body, because your body is it's your earth suit, and it's like being in a vehicle. It's your earth vessel, and it's got all kinds of signals all throughout the dashboard. It's got a dashboard like that, are like our face, our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, our senses. And it's got circuitry that gives us signals the whole way through our bodies, on an emotional level, on a mental level, on an etheric, energetic level, on a spiritual level, soul level, and just that intuition, that gut feel, that higher knowing self. All of these things give us information and signals as we travel through the world, and every second is a new second. So just take some breaths, and as you inhale, draw all of your energy, all of your conscious body into the vertical core, like along the core of your physical body. Draw everything into your core. And as you exhale, just let yourself drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, and be present, like ground into your hips and be present in your body. Right? Inhale and draw all of yourself into your vertical core. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. Just feel your presence in your hips, in your belly. Just let yourself come to rest here. And take some breaths into your heart center. Take some breaths into your heart center. The divine attribute that we called on in this section was Shahid, Ya Shahid. Shahid is the witness. And allow yourself to just connect in with that innermost self that is your connected, knowing self, and let yourself rest there. Breathe deep into your heart and let yourself travel into that space. And from there, just witness, approach your vessel, your vehicle, your navigation system with a state of inquiry, and just asking, what signals want to light up for you today? And what signals want to light up and illuminate something for you, to give you some form of information today? And let yourself just observe, witness. You don't have to try to figure anything out, but be like the child having a brand new experience you've never had before, and in a total state of inquiry, in awe and wonder, and just see what moves, right? Call on Shahid, the witness, to witness you and allow yourself to witness. Be the witness of your own existence. Shahid. And that was the first thing, to be like the child, to be the witness. Never turn off and say, I already know, because there's always more. And stay in this place, and we'll move to number 2. Ask for support from the unseen realms, from all of your healers, helpers, and guides, from your source directly, from the angels, from the prophets, from the saints, the perfected ones, all who are in the unseen realms and available to support and help you. You are a being who, by agreement, we came into this realm with free will in order to exercise our free will and give this journey, this human earth journey, a shot. We have to forget our divine wills and play out as a separated or seemingly separated ego. And we have to ask. We have all kinds of help and support available to us, but because we have free will, we have to ask for their help. And then they can help much more. They can help us even more when we ask. So ask for their support. Let yourself stay in this witness space as you ask for that support. And another thing we did in this section was to focus on this third eye space, right? And also go wherever you're drawn, whether it's the eye of the heart, the third eye, the crown, wherever, because everyone has, I think, a different way of perceiving. That is your primary way of seeing. Some is a knowing, some is a feeling, some is a gut instinct, intuition. So go with, if you know what that is for you, bring your focus or your intention to that space, to that mode of perception. Staying in this witness mode, ask for help, right? And the divine attributes that we called on here were Zahir, which is the manifest or the evident, the visible. Zahir, and that's Zahir, Zahir. And Batin, which is the invisible, the hidden, right? And Wajid, which is the all existing, that encompasses the invisible and the visible, the manifest, evident, and the hidden. Zahir, Batin, and Wajid. So we call on that support from the unseen realms. And again, let yourself be a witness. If there's something on your heart or that you're wanting to know or wanting clarity on, wanting to awaken to open to, let yourself just be present with your heart's yearning. I do believe the heart's yearning is a key to really connect with those realms of support. And it's like the yearning in the heart, when we can touch into that, it's like a tractor beam that draws to us what we seek to know and to experience. And we get to bring in that full immersion of the experience that all of our senses and extrasensory perceptions can take in. And we can have a whole body learning experience on the subtle and the manifest. So being in that witness state, calling on your support team, the divine support team from the unseen realms, asking for what your heart seeks. And then the third thing is surrendering into the unity consciousness. And this is trust. And to know that when you trust and you let go of what you think you know and who you think you are, and allow yourself to be held and carried, you are not losing yourself, but you are dissolving the barriers that have separated your ego self from your true self. And you're allowing yourself to dissolve those blocks and barriers and return into the true self. To return into the true self. There's a Rumi poem that says, "Knock and he'll open the door. Vanish and he'll make you shine like the sun. Fall and he'll raise you to the heavens. Become nothing and he'll turn you into everything." So let yourself become nothing and allow yourself, right? When you're what we think of as the something and what we attach to in this realm is the things that identify us with the world or with some perception or belief about how we're going to be perceived in the world. When we really let go of that and allow ourselves to be returned to this inner ocean, this heart space, this is when we gain the connection with the true self, that innermost connected self that is that most connected with breath of spirit, that breathes life force into your physical form and breathes consciousness into this earth suit, that can then like embody this physical clay and have an experience of itself as a reflection of the divine consciousness in this material physical realm. And the mantra that we used in this one was La ilaha illallah. There is no other, there is only one. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. No other, only one. There is no other, there is only one. La ilaha illallah. Put nothing before the only one. Dissolve the veils of separation to become one with the all that is, the capital T truth. La ilaha illallah. And the fourth question was, how can we truly know God? And the key on this one was, don't stop with any outside pictures. Don't stop with any separation. Keep going. There are many things in this world that look pretty dark, that we say, there's no way that could be from a loving God. There's no way that, that could be of the one with all that is. Right? And there's another Rumi poem that says, out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field, I'll meet you there. There is a field, I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about ideas and language. Even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. Even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. And my teacher used to say, don't stop with the outside pictures. Go behind and behind and behind and behind and behind until you find the place where there is only one. And there are many veils. And in this one, we use the mantra, La ilaha illallah, to help us to let go of the veils of separation and return to the only one. And we also use the name Hu, which is just Hu, Hu. right? It's the who, in the sonic theology, the sounds, the very subtle sound is at the very center. It comes from the very center of the chest, and it's very subtle and quiet. And in Ibn Arabi, one of the Sufi scholars, his teachings on the sound codes and creation, it's the first of the audible sounds of creation, right? And it's the sound that is like, if if you think of God creating through sound and the vibration of sound bringing creation into manifestation, the represents the canvas upon which creation is to be created. And so it's like from that blank canvas, and the ooh is the very last of the sounds, where it moves through the portal and into creation. And so when you think about creation coming from the one universal divine power and manifesting into, like, through the many layers of creation and through the portal into this time space realm where there is many reflections that appear as a multiplicity. And when you think of it in that term, the physical body is like a mirror of that pathway of creation. And the innermost, the center of the chest, is like that place of the one universal divine life force power. And as it moves through this arc, our sound generation moves from that centermost chest of our chest through the arc and out through our lips. It's like the sounds as they are generated, they mirror that pathway of creation from source. So when we say that, ooh, we are making that arc from the most subtle out through the portal and into the existence. So it's connecting us with, from the beginning to the end, and there is no beginning and there is no end, from the inner to the outer, and there is no inner and there is no outer. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, as you make that sound, whisper it back into your heart. Whisper it back into your heart, like making it like a cycle where there is no separation, but only one. So make it like a circle, bringing that from your center of your chest out that arc and through your lips, and whispering back into the center of your heart, making like a circle. Ooh. And breathe it in. And breathe it in. So be like the child. Number one, be like the child. Be the witness. Know that there is always more to learn, always more to explore. Let every day be a new creation, a new inquiry, a new exploration, and more to learn. Let go of the belief that you know all there is to know about anything. It doesn't mean that we don't own what we do know, or that we claim ignorance of everything, but know that there is always more. Don't close off the learning. Know that there is always more. So that's number one. Number two, ask for help from the helpers in the unseen realms. Ask for their help. Ask for help directly from your source. And let your being open on your sensory and your extrasensory. And don't make a difference or separation between those two either, because as we are moving into this era of peace and this era of universal harmony, all of our perceptions are expanding. And it won't be like a special thing to have that extrasensory awareness. It will just be a way of being. And for many people, it is already a way of being. But let go of any idea that it makes you special or greater than, less than, higher than, lower than, anything like that. Just let it be. And that wajid, that all existing, all encompassing, is really good for integrating the zahir, the manifest, evident, the visible, and the batin, the hidden, the invisible. Right? So we call them zahir, batin, wajid, right? For the evident, the hidden, and the all existing, integrating that all existing. And that was the second one, calling for help. The third one, trust, right? Trust as you surrender and dissolve the veils. This is surrendering into unity consciousness. Dissolve the veils of separation and trust that you are not losing yourself. You are returning to your true self that knows its divinity, where there's not a conflict, not the separation, not the questioning, not the fears and the insecurities, but to the real, which is that place that knows the oneness with all that is, the connectedness. And as we've been talking about, no right, no wrong, out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing, that field, you're returning to that place. And that's the fourth one. Don't stop with any outside pictures, with any of the veils of separation. Keep going. La ilaha illallah. There is no other. There is only one. And that from the inner to the outer, from the beginning to the end, and let it cycle through, because there is no beginning, no end. There is no inner and outer. There is only one. And I want to introduce one other name, and that is the most divine name. I want to introduce Allahu, Allahu, as a mantra. And in Neil Douglas Klotz's book, The Sufi Book of Life, which I read from a lot, I love this book, highly recommend it, of the name Allah, which is the one. And it is the name for God in Arabic, and in any Arabic speaking countries, regardless of religion, it is a name for God. And he calls it the yes and no of existence. The yes and no of existence. When you are guided to this pathway of the heart, take a moment to reflect on the quality in you that unites all qualities, that joins the yes and no of your being. A good place to begin any journey is to practice the feelings of affirmation and negation, so that when choices arise, we can really feel how each alternative resonates within our innermost being. This is one way we can clarify our own sense of affirmation or resistance. Knowing your own true yes and no is part of being fully human. The feelings of yes and no connect to the most ancient names of the divine in the Middle East. These names use the root word al or el, meaning the sacred something, the ultimate yes, coupled with the root la or lo, meaning the sacred nothing, the ultimate no. Allah, the yes, the no, the ultimate yes, the ultimate no. People in the Middle East have used some form of this name for at least 4,000 years, from the time of Old Canaanite Alat or Elat a name of the Middle Eastern goddess, to the Hebrew Elohim, to the Aramaic Allah, used by Jesus, and the Arabic Allah, used by both Muslims and Arabic-speaking Christians today. The 13th century Sufi poet Jalaluddin Rumi, who I also quote quite regularly, beautifully expresses the gulf between yes and no, individuality and relationship, diversity and unity, may be no more enduring than the wave that returns to the ocean. And this is a Rumi quote. It says, I looked for myself, but myself was gone. The boundaries of my being had disappeared in the sea. Waves broke, awareness rose again, and a voice returned me to myself. I'll read that again because I love it. And then there's another part to it. I looked for myself, but myself was gone. The boundaries of my being had disappeared in the sea. Waves broke, awareness rose again, and a voice returned me to myself. It always happens like this. Sea turns on itself and foams, and with every foaming bit, another body, another being takes form. And when the sea sends word, each foaming body melts back to ocean breath. Yes and no, existence and non-existence are built into the cells of our bodies. So if we can dive deeply enough into the heart, we will find the place where the two need not split us in two. So let's take a moment with that recitation and let that vibration of the Allahu, like the Al being the ultimate yes, the La being the ultimate no, all of this being built into your cellular knowing, your cellular consciousness. Let it just call to your inner and awaken your inner knowing of the yes and the no within you. And that who is a pronoun that really calls on the divine within, right? Who means it's like a pronoun for God, and it calls on the divinity within. So let that just bring it together. Allahu. 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 And just breathe that vibration into your heart. Breathe that vibration into your heart. Let it resonate through all of the cells of your being. Knock and he'll open the door. Vanish and he'll make you shine like the sun. Fall and he'll raise you to the heavens. Become nothing and he'll turn you into everything. It's from our beloved Rumi. Okay. And just to recap those 4 things. Be like the child. Be the witness. Don't ever assume you know everything there is to know. There's always more to learn. Continue to be open. Be the blank slate and learn, explore, inquire. Always an inquiry. The second one, ask for support from the unseen realms. You have free will, and you can always ask for more. You can always ask for support. Use your free will to ask and allow them to help you. Don't make separation between your sensory perceptions and the extrasensory perceptions. Allow them all to be open to receive the help and the information that is coming in. The third, surrender, dissolve the veils of separation that separate you from yourself, and trust and allow yourself to be returned to your innermost knowing self, gaining your true self, and The fourth thing, don't stop with any outside pictures, any sense of separation. Go to that out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing. There is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about ideas and language. Even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. So those are the four keys that we covered today and in the last 4 weeks. And remember that Allahu, to bring together the yes and the no, the inner, the outer, the beginning, the end, and dissolve the veils of separation. All right. And with that, I'm going to close up this portion of the call and open for a brief Q&A. If you're listening to the recording, you're welcome to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific. To find information for joining us live, go to communityforconsciousliving.com. Be sure to sign up there to receive the reminders and the replays and notifications of other events that we have. Everything that you see here is accessible and available absolutely free. When you sign up to receive the reminders and the replays, you will receive 2 free gifts, a one sheet that is the 10 spiritual principles of our human existence. It's a reminder of who you are, what this world is about, what this life journey is about, to help you to keep things in perspective. You also receive a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation to help you. I hope you'll use it as a part of your daily meditation practice every morning, every night, and whenever you need it, to help you to connect with that pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the core of your essence, your essential being. And remember to put it in your calendar and join us live next week on Sunday. All right, with that, I thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you. If you need anything from me between now and then, please reach out. You can reach me through my website, email, or schedulewithdeborah.com. Thank you.